All right, guys. I made it here to my peaceful place. Gonna sit here for a minute, get me a drink of water. I don't guess I'll be pouring it on my head this morning. It didn't look as cool as I thought it did, and it was rather shocking. But anyway, I was sitting down here, and I had this kind of message prepared because I got me some shoes coming, some brand new shoes, and they're actually made for walking, and they're good for people who have disabilities as well. So everybody from, running, people that run, all the way to people who have diabetes and whatnot, they really help them. And well, I'm a little bit all that, and I'm just now getting into my fitness and all, but I'm not going to bore you with that story today. My wife has an appointment to get to, so I gotta make this kind of quick. But I was just sitting here and I was talking about how I was thinking about how Devin, y'all probably all know Devin because most of y'all come from his, he are his viewers as well. And he covers who the clowns and the circus monkeys are really well. And I really appreciate that because it's really helped me to understand who these people are. But something that I've been thinking about is, it's a car coming. Something I've been thinking about is, Egypt. Getting out of Egypt is one thing, but what about when Egypt is hanging on to us? You guys know how, if you've been kind of watching my things, I was going to get a handle and, trying to play around with this channel, get a name and whatnot, figure out what God wants. And so I asked you guys about the name, and I asked Persistence there. I asked her what she thought the name ought to be, and I asked my wife, and I thought about it myself, and I was like, oh, all this input and all these people, I got the perfect names. And so I went on in there and I grabbed hold of them names and I put them on there, and y'all probably see them. I got a couple handles up, and I come out, and then I realized that it was all wrong, and I inquired about it. Here comes another car. Give me a second. Guys, I just a quick interjection here. I bought a selfie stick, and I got one of them, and I could really use it probably and make these videos a little better. But I always thought that folks were weird running around down the side of the road with a selfie stick, and I thought, how in the world are they doing that without getting ran over? And so, yeah, I'm a little bit leery about using that, but maybe I'll get to it. But anyway, back to where I was at, Egypt hanging on to us. So yeah, I went on, put them names on there, and then I figured out that wasn't what God wanted, and realized that he was the last person that I inquired about. And I was talking to Persistence there again, and I was talking to her about getting into God's will and what God wants, and letting go of Egypt, letting go of those narcissistic behaviors. I don't want to be the one that looks into a mirror, walks away, and forgets the kind of person he was. That's so we can work on that. But Egypt tries to come out of us. Sorry about that. Egypt tries to come out of us in many ways. And, I see the narcissistic patterns in myself. And I was talking to Persistence about how to stay in God's will. And she told me that who I needed to seek on all this was someone named Patience. And I'm pretty sure she's right. Maybe before I jump the gun and ask everybody else and then just put a name out there and come up with a name and put it on here, maybe I ought to seek God first, learn to have a little bit of patience and do it in his time. And I asked Persistence, I said, where do I find this patience at? And she said, well, she pointed me right up that way. And she said, keep being persistent, keep being faithful, and patience will do her work in you, and you'll find her on down that road. So Yeah.